Yo, what's going on, everybody? Hello. What's up? What's up, everybody? Welcome. I don't know why I have my headphones on. There's no sound. Anyway, just in case the alerts go off. I don't know. Anyway, how's everyone? How's everybody? Welcome to my very first. I wish this was my backyard, by the way. I wish this was my backyard. What's up, Dragon? What's up, man? I wanted to do something different on Sundays. So it's a work in progress right now. I have some ideas. I don't want to do like the regular gaming. Something different. I'm working it out. But anyway, we'll see how good. This might be a quick stream. Who knows? But I wanted to do something different. I kind of got motivated. I can't remember who it was, but one of you guys said, "Oh, just got back from work. I'm chilling in my backyard with my beer and my dog." And I'm like, "Damn." I was actually gonna go in the backyard, but then I'm like, it's a little chilly tonight. I'm a little wuss. Anyway, that's what's going on. How's everyone's evening, morning, afternoon, depending on what time zone you're in? I had a very busy day today. Oh, I forgot. Happy Father's Day. You're just arguing politics. All right, keep that in Discord. And you're doing pit runs. Oh, God. Well, it's going to get easier potentially tomorrow if they actually drop. If they actually drop it tomorrow, which it's supposed to be. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Oh my God. I'm just looking at this photo behind me. If this was my backyard, I would really be in it. Is that like what do they call those pools? Edgeless pools? Infinity pools, right? Holy shit, what a backyard. Oh boy. I was gonna say shit. Okay, this is really, really gonna test it. No gameplay, just me. And I got this thing is all sweaty, my bottle. We can talk about whatever you guys want. This could be a 10-minute stream. This could be a normal couple of hours more. I wanted to test just me talking. See how quickly everybody runs out of here. What level, what tier of the pit are you in, Dragon? I feel like I got something on my lip. It would probably be more interesting if I was in the backyard. But it's pretty dark out there. I'd also be terrified. You know, with my luck, get a skunk pulling up on me, spraying me. Hey, Clubber Lang, thank you. Yes, I have a daughter. I am a father. Believe it or not. And thank you. Happy Father's Day for the fathers out there. Yes. They took me out for lunch today. And my dad and mom came along. My brother came along. We all went out for lunch. It was nice. Had a couple of cold brewskis. It was hot. It's hot. There's a little breeze. I don't know. This summer has been really hit and miss so far. Like it's hot and sunny, but I don't know. There always seems to be a breeze and a wind to kind of just keep it down. But this week coming up, it's gonna be a boiler. You got two daughters yourself, Clever Lang? Happy Father's Day, ma'am. Happy Father's Day. So you're like me, surrounded by women. We have no voice, and we just get lists. Check. Got it. Curious if D4's open world has somewhat ruined linear ARPGs at all for anybody. Well, it's definitely not linear anymore. That's for sure. I don't think we're. I don't know. I don't want to. I can't say that, but I I don't know. They want to get away. I think the hand holding, point A to point B, then the point C, then the point D, then the point E, like that kind of thing. I don't know. Your daughters are 28 and 26. Holy crap. Nice. Yeah, my daughter is, yeah, she's a couple of years younger than your youngest. But she's still at home. And that's all right by me. She can stay as long as she wants. Longer the better. You know, it's funny now that I'm cleaning my glasses. I could actually see, right? I really, I could get away with not wearing these, but I don't know. It's just a hint crisper. I don't know. Whatever. You have your new glasses. You can never fully clean them. Crazy. These are actually just, I don't know. They're like 20 bucks. I bought them at the pharmacy. I actually am going on the 28th, I believe. I'm going to get my prescription. And it's just for they're reading glasses. I need them for reading glasses. Like I could get away with not wearing them when I stream, but like I said, everything is crisper with them, so why not? Why strain your eyes? Oh my god, did you guys hear that getting back to gaming, um Path of Exile 2 looks like the early access is going to be November-ish. November-ish. Path of Exile 2. Yeah. PoE 2. Yeah. Yeah, it looks really sick. Really sick. And I don't know, everything that I've read, heard, seen, I actually was debating doing a video on it. We'll see. I might do one. I started writing for it. We'll see if I actually publish it. I just started it, but I kind of wanted to do a video on that. Just, here's the latest. But yeah, sometime November, and there's the whole debate when it first was, announced, it was going to be a beta test, right? And the rumor was that they were going to be like it was going to be a closed beta, if memory serves me correct. So basically, the people that supported PoE grinding gear games, if you bought those big supporter packs, were going to get the access, and then they were going to slowly let in more people. It sounds like now it's just going to be early access, and I think they may just flood the gates open. Open it and see who they get, and it's free to play. Anyway, we'll see. That'd be good. That would be good. So yeah, sometime November. So we got that coming in like shit, man. This year is gonna be crazy, crazy. Like for ARPGs, right? Obviously, we got a big one too. Elden Ring's DLC is dropping on the 21st. But for ARPGs, What do we have? So July 9th. Is it July 9th? We have last epoch cycle. Is it cycle 2 or cycle 1.2? I don't remember. So that's going to be a big one. That's what is that? That's like 3 weeks away or something, right? Let me look at my calendars. 1, 2. Holy shit. It's 3 weeks away. We are 3 weeks away from last epoch's new cycle. That's July 9th. Oh my god, I forgot. There's going to be the PTR. Oh shit. So, wow, wow, wow. Oh, we have the new class reveal. When is that? The 19th or 18th? We're going to have the PTR testing for season 5. We have the campfire on the 21st. Jesus. How am I remembering all these dates? Midnight Rider. How are you? How are you, man? The golden age of air. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's amazing. Amazing. It's really good. Yeah, so we have all that going on. Then obviously, like big drops. Obviously, we have Vessel of Hatred on October 8th. And then literally, a month after, sometime in November, probably in the later half of November, we potentially have Path of Exile 2 and the early access of that. Crazy. Wonder when the PTR is. I actually did the math on one of my I did like, a Sammy calculation. They are doing oh shit, let me put the calendar back up. Okay, that's not the calendar. Oh, go up. So are they doing the campfire on the 21st? Let me go. Let me go. No. That's not it. That's the patch notes. Boom. I don't goddamn remember. All right. Okay, here we go. So, um, okay, so the patch is dropping on the 14th, which is tomorrow. And yes, Friday, June 21st. Talk about the next season in our season 5 PTR camp. Fire chat. Okay, so they are going to have a campfire chat on Friday. August 6th, season 4 ends. 2D4, 5. That's 7 weeks away. So the 21st, I think the PTR is going to be the end of June, the beginning of July. Right? Because August 6th, season 4 ends. So 1, 2, 3, 4. You put a month in between the PTR testing and the end of season 4. So the PTR testing has to be the week of the 24th or the week of the 1st. Because if they do it on the week of the 24th, 1, 2, 3, 4, that gives 6 weeks. If they do it in July 1st, that week, it gives 5 weeks. So we're gonna get the campfire chat this coming Friday, and I would imagine they're gonna announce when the PTR is. The PTR, yes. Oh yeah, for sure. Has to. They have no choice. They have no choice. Like last PTR, they did it what 5 weeks before the season started. So they're gonna do the same thing. So PTR, the actual testing is going to be the last week of June or the first week of July. Because you got to leave at least a month, right? They have to leave a month to get the feedback, and if they do anything, they have to look at um they have to make it look like at least they're listening. They can't say, okay, the PTR is a week before season 5. Then everyone's going to be like, well, we're going to test it and you're going to go live, so you're not going to be taking any feedback. So, yeah. Yeah, we're going to have the campfire on the 21st, the PTR the week or 2 weeks after that. Then we have the new class reveal after that. In between all that, we have the last epoch news cycle. Oh shit. The same day of the campfire chat, the DLC for Elden Rings, which is going to be very popular, is going to drop. Yeah, July is going to be busy. Busy. So the things, how I foresee it for me, obviously I'm going to, dependent on the timeline. If the timeline is how I'm saying it, then it works out nicely for me personally. I'll be able to do the testing on the PTR, and that'll take me right into Last Epoch's new cycle. And then we're just going to grind the crap out of Last Epoch. That's July. That's August. And then, of course, dependent on what season 5 is going to be like, then I'll be juggling both. If season 5 doesn't have anything that really intrigues me, but I suspect they're going to drop something. They want us to test it, so I don't think they're going to make us test nothing. So it's got to be something. So that's July, and then bang, Vessel of Hatred, October. That's July. Oh shit. Then we got August, September. Oh my god, we have time. Yeah. Wow, we do have time. Yeah, so July to September, really it's Last Epoch Diablo 4. And then October, Vessel of Hatred. We're going to obviously try that. And then the banger comes, Path of Exile 2 in November. Ooh, boy. Then the real pain starts. And I think that's everything. Like, I don't know, like from the ARPG landscape. Oh no, that's not it. I wanted to find. Oh, here we go. That's not it. Wanted to try to find an image of the content timeline. Oh, here we go. Is this the one? No. They are calling it 1.1. Okay. Yeah, they're calling it Cycle 1.1. It's not 2.0. It's right here. So 1.1 pinnacle bosses, random encounter, nemesis, evade, dodge, mechanic. So it's 1.1. Face terrifying new monolith threats. Yep. Something about it throws you off regarding Last Epoch. I don't know what it is about Last Epoch. You're not the only one, Dragon. You are not the only one. I, hmm. The look and feel about the world and its timeline, yeah. I don't know, man. Like the game checks a lot of boxes. It's a lot of fun. The class diversity in the game, like, you know, they launched 1.0 and like most games, if it doesn't have an end game, people walk away and it needs some more on the end game, which this is what they're going to be addressing, so we'll see. Once Diablo stole this crafting system, I just played D4. The two are really I know what you're saying, but Last Epoch's crafting is S tier. Yeah, Clubber Lang. Like, you can go back in my VODs on my live VODs and go to the LE when I'm playing Last Epoch, and my chat will be full of, holy crap, I'm can't wait to try this class. Holy crap, I can't try to wait, you know, try to play this build, this build, this build, this like it, every night I was playing Last Epoch. That was the discussion. Holy shit, Sammy, what is that? I haven't tried that one yet. Or someone would come into chat and say, "Holy crap, Sammy, did you hear about this build?" And I'd be like, "Oh no!" Like, yeah, it's awesome. for builds, oof, it's crazy good. The crafting is amazing. The faction system is amazing. Um, quality of life, endless stash tabs. Um, you can literally, you know, instantly store materials right from your, those of you that play it know what I'm talking about. Like, really, it's missing end game, which hopefully 1.2 address. 1.1. What do I say? 1.2. 1.1. So many fun builds. Yeah, I'm hoping, please, Sammy, don't. I always cave to the pressure, but I'm hoping on this cycle of Last Epoch, I stay away from these build sites and I want to learn how to build character, how to build a character, right? But the problem is I want to play the game, I want to have fun, so I want to talk to chat. So my instinct is just, I always search, I look. And I look because I want to find play styles that I like to play, right? So we'll see. I'm gonna revert. I know. I'm gonna follow a build guide. I always do. And they are all viable. Yes, correct. That's the beauty of that game. They're all viable. All viable. I played. Oh shit! Detonating arrow. I think it was right. Detonating arrow. Yeah, marksman. Detonating arrow. Marksman. Oh, what a build. It was the funnest. That thing was annihilating everything. It was so good. So good. I enjoyed the warlock class. Oof. So good. They're all viable. All of them. Each class has 3 specializations, so you can go into one. You can grab a couple from another. So good. What's up, entertained? At attention, sir. I went blind and made a poison warlock. It was fun as hell. Yeah. Nice, Clubber Lang. I wish I had your, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. I always cave to the builds, like the guides. It's because I don't want to waste. Every time I get skill points, I literally will be wasting 5-10 minutes reading them. Okay, what should I do with this? Okay, so this synergizes with this one. Okay, but what if and you know what? You guys are going to be watching me doing that. X-rated. What's up? No gaming? Nope, sorry. You just got me. You just got me, man. Hey, Jedi. I feel you. It's time. You don't need to wait. Yeah, and as a streamer, that's my biggest concern, right? Because people come in and you got 1 minute. Not even. You got 30 seconds. And if someone new comes into my stream and they're like, who is this loser? What's he doing? Is he really trying to figure out what that skill does? Bye. Now, at the end of the day, things happen for a reason. I don't, that's fine. They're not going to last long anyway. I get it, but I find on my streams, the more people stick around, the more people that they get to see what kind of person I am, they stay. Right? But my point is, you only have one first impression. And the last thing I want to be doing is, oh, shit. Okay, yeah. And for me, throughout all my schooling, you know, like my daughter, she reads something once, she can read a 500-page book. She'll tell you the whole goddamn book. She'll read it once. You can ask her anything. And she knows everything in and out, no problem. She can recite the story, the plot, the character name, everything. Me, I was always someone that had to read twice. I always had to read it twice. So my point is, I would be here forever. There would be no gameplay. It would be me in the skill tree. What's up, Jedi? Your youngest is like that? Yeah, it's such a good. I'm so envious. It drives me crazy. Yeah, happy Father's Day, Jedi. Happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. I was so envious. She was a big reader, right? Huge reader. She during COVID, no one had everyone had nothing to do. She was, I don't know, man, she was up to like 30, 40 books a month. Big time reader. And I can go right now, pull her, ask her, I'll tell her, bring me 3 books of yours that you've read. And I'll just flip a page, read something, ask her about it, and she'll recite it, no problem. And that helped her in school. Big time. Anyway, that's why I'm going to default probably 99. So the good thing is it's quick, right? I'm following a build guide. The negative to that is unless you are personally figuring out how builds work, your knowledge of the skills and all that stuff. Yeah, you learn. Even though you use a build guide, I do learn, but not as much as if I was just going to figure it out on my own, right? When someone spends hours working it out, why not benefit? Yeah, exactly. I read a whole book and can't even tell you what I read. I was a big time reader, big time. That was my spare time activity, reading, big time. I stopped that. Well, I don't have time anymore to read anyway. I don't have time. I'm doing this. Reading's good for you, though. Well, I still read. I just don't read novels. My reading now is research. But reading is good. Keeps your mind active. If you're reading fiction, it gets you out of your IRL, right? It may relieve you of stress. Like what I get out of gaming. Gaming to me started as just a way for me to connect. I don't think I've ever, well, I have told a story, but maybe some of you might not know it, but you were a big time reader too, Jedi? Now I default to Audible for my free time. Yeah. Yeah, I know. My daughter, I don't know what these the Audible, whatever it's called. I see the charge on my credit card. I don't know, it's like $5, $10 a month. I'm like, what is this? It's voiced like it reads it for her. And oh, by the way, her audiobooks, it's crazy. One time she was passing me by and I heard, I'm like, what is that? She's like, oh, it's my audiobook. I'm like, but it's not coherent. Like, she's like, oh, I have it on 2 times or whatever, 5 times, 4 times, whatever it is. She's like, what? I go, and you understand it? She's like, yep. Yeah, I understand it. Okay. Oh, yeah. So I stopped reading because I started playing video games after work, like now. And at the time, I was doing it just to stay connected with my brother, who's a lot younger than me. And and then I'm like, oh my god, this is great. Like, I forget about my day. It, it's a good stress reliever. Like, I totally forget what happened that day. Like, I had a pretty stressful job, really stressful. So it was nice to forget about that. Plus, I was, you know, gaming with my brother, and then that kind of he started playing other games. I started playing other games, so we weren't playing as much. But I continued because I'm like, oh my god, this is amazing. I love it. So that's how this started. Speaking of stories, I used to be a professional storyteller back in the day over the summers and holidays. I missed that. My god, you can get paid for that, Jedi. Don't they pay people to read these audiobooks? You should look it up. You, you monetize that, baby. I read and retain info on things I want to learn about is great, but reading a book, I can't visualize in my head what I read. So at that point, it's just words. Don't know it's weird. No, you're a visual learner, Clubber Lang. That's how I take it. You're a visual learner. If I understand what you're saying. No, I made up my own stories and shared those. I wish I could create a YouTube channel. Story time with Jedi. There you go. I want 1% of the royalties. Yeah, you're a hands-on learner. Yeah, exactly. You got to do. Yeah, Jedi. If I see your channel, I'm gonna search it about every month. If if I see a YouTube channel named that, I better start seeing the checks coming in. Oh my god. Damn straight, Midnight Rider. I got burned a long time. Not a long, actually, yeah, 10 years ago. Once you get burned, you never make that mistake again. And I was burned large in business. Mm-hmm. That's right. It could happen. So the only question is, it's on you, Jedi. You can turn the could into would. You just got to do it. Just like Nike says, just do it. You're either winning or learning in life. Good one, entertained. Yep. Yep. And don't take your failures as losses. Failures are learning. Failures is life teaching you a lesson. Not knocking you down, not pushing you, trying to get rid of you. No, no. Life, losses, losing, that's life teaching you something. You're either winning or learning. I like that one, entertained. And that's 200% bang on. Never play cards with someone whose name is also a city. Where the fuck did you come with that one? That's a good. Okay, thanks, Midnight Rider. I'm actually going to Las Vegas next week for work, so thank you. Jedi, your dad was a great storyteller. I think that's where I picked it up from. Rude but funny as anything. Yeah. Yeah, for sure, man. You know what they say, right? The apple doesn't fall too far from the tree. So you probably did pick it up from your dad. Always drink. That's an even better one. Always drink upstream from the herd. That's a really good one. I like that one. Oh, shit. That's so good. Okay, see, guys, if I was in my backyard, I had a beer, be in my back, there would be a different ambiance. Right now, I have fake ambiance. Anyway, I want to turn the Sunday streams into something different, not gaming. Or it may be gaming, but maybe something different. Maybe it might be just, I don't know. Maybe we'll play a smaller, different game. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I'll let you guys help me figuring it out. At the end of the day, I want to do what you guys want to do in a way. Do what makes you happy. What makes me happy is having people to talk to. So I'm getting it, right? So whether that's you guys, that's why I'm okay with saying whatever you guys feel like doing, because you guys is what I like. Yeah, I don't know if that makes any sense, right? Hey, Benjamin, how's the night going? Oh, I'm just in my backyard, just chilling. Just like it says, just chatting. I'm in my beautiful backyard. Makes perfect sense. Yeah. Yeah. Like, you guys have no idea just having people to talk to when you stream. It's different. It changes the whole dynamic. And you change too. Like if no one's here, this is me. Oh fuck, there's nobody here. What am I going to talk about? There's nobody to listen. There's no it's different. Whereas when I'm interacting with you guys, it's interactive, right? So I don't care. We can, you guys can tell me, you know what? Why don't you try like indie games, or why don't you try whatever? Or you know what, Sam? Let's just chill on Sundays and we'll talk about anything, right? I, it'll evolve. If you had a gaming channel, Jedi, you'd be dropping the F bomb every time. Have you watched? You've seen me. I'm a, I'm a sore loser. I get all cranky and F this and F that. And, I start calling out the devs. I'm the worst. Sammy Fireside Chats. Caps. Yeah, I got it. Maybe I should build a little thing outside in the back. I'm not a handy guy, so I typically break more than I fix. So just ask my wife, she'll tell you. She'd be happy to tell you how useless I am when it comes to being handy. Fireside chats. Oh, by the way, my necro got a hold of an Eben Piercer necklace and I had to change my build again. Yeah, way to go. Jedi, you're like Chris with Last Epoch. You guys will see if you're around when we start grinding Last Epoch. Chris is going to be talking about every stream. He'll have a different build that he's going to bring up. Oh, I saw this. It's an ongoing joke with him. You're starting a druid when the patch drops. Yes, I actually was well, you guys, I put up a vote last night and you guys voted. So it was, do I continue my barb pushing the pet, or do you guys want me to level a druid? And the barb won by like 75 to 25%, because that's why I put it up there for the druid, because I know the patch is going to be really good for the druid. So I'm like, let me I haven't leveled a druid since season 0. Mukesh, vote for Moke. Did you want to say monk? It got buffed from 17 to 18 damage. That's entertained, man. That's funny. Barb, 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 neckbeard, old man, rah, rah, rah. I might make a druid too, though, bro, to see it suck less. Yeah. I have to say, I kind of went like, when the barb won. I'm like, I don't know. Do I really want to ask this question? I don't know. I would do another barb, but I just finished a bash barb, so I need to do something else. Well, bleed barb is good. Flay is gonna be good. You can respec. That's what I think I'm gonna do. Do what you want to heck with us. No, it's not to heck with you guys. No way. I do it. I do what I want to do, Mokash. Absolutely. But you know, I kind of set the parameters with a couple of options. Options that I don't mind doing either, and then you guys just push me one way or the other. And I want it to be like that. You got your second spark today, two more, and then I can craft your shake. You only need 4 sparks? Oh, that's right, because 5 is normally what you need, but they reduced it by 1, right? Just do a druid so that way you can experience it and put it to bed. Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. The problem is the PTR is coming up, right? So, you got a great name for a druid? Alano. Alanon. From a book series I read back in high school. Well, it'll relate to you, Jedi. No, like literally 10 minutes ago, I just rhymed off the timing here. So we have the campfire chat this Friday. And then the PTR is coming the week after or the week after that. Because there's no way, like, they need to have at least 4 weeks before August 6th. That's when season 4 ends. So I'm calling it. I think the PTR is going to be the last week of June or the first week of July. Hopefully, it's the first week of July, because the last week of June, 3 of those days I'm out of country. Yeah, out of country. I want a giant pulverize and 0-second cooldown. Druid pulverize always felt puny. If I can get those things, it'll be worth. My name will be BBC Odin. Pulverize did get a buff. Didn't Pulverize get a buff? Perfect time. If you hate the druid, then you can ditch it and do the PTR. PTR, is that playtesting? It's a public test realm. They did it. Before season 4. They gave all BattleNet users. We were able to test season 4 before it went live. So they're doing the same thing for season 5. So this Friday, we're going to have a campfire chat. They're going to discuss what's happening in season 5. And I suspect they're also going to announce when the public test realm is going to happen. I'm very curious to see if they keep it just BattleNet users, because console players were really pissed off. And by the way, the majority of the player base for Diablo 4 is console. I mean, puny by it feels too small, but yes, it got a damage increase, but temper should let me increase its size too. Ooh. PTR will be in August, pretty sure. I don't think so, Makesh. I don't think so. The PTR is for season 5. August 6th is when season 4 ends and season 5 starts. So they can't have a PTR when the season is supposed to be live. No. The PTR will be the end of June, beginning of July. You heard it here. Like, it's not rocket science. since I'm on Xbox, that won't happen for you. Oh, who knows? We don't know. They might open it up to the console. We don't know that. Benjamin, that book series is in the Shannara series by Terry Brooks. It's pronounced Al-Anon. He was a badass druid. Great reading. There you go, Jedi. Someone on YouTube recognized your book. Yeah, Jedi. You sure? I thought season 5 doesn't start till the expansion. Okay. So, season 4, the season we're in now, ends August 6th. What's up, Demo? Peace, Demo. Welcome, buddy. So, if season 5 is Vessel of Hatred, which is October 8th, what's happening between August 6th and October 8th? Season 5. Season 5 will be that and then Vessel of Hatred. No downtime between seasons. That'd be a first. That's a hell of a freaking downtime. Holy crap. Wow. That's over 2 months. Who knows? Who knows? They might throw a curveball and say, guys, season 4 ends August 6th. And everybody's going to go to the Eternal Realm, fart around there. And Vessel of Hatred drops on October 8th. But then what are we testing? We're testing season 5. Like, it doesn't make sense. But we'll see. You plan on playing Elden Rings for a few weeks? Well, that's June 21st. So that probably means you're going to miss the PTR if you're on BattleNet. For sure, the BattleNet... Again, this is my guess. Only BattleNet players, got to do the PTR. So I would suspect they're going to have this, they're going to get it. Maybe they open up the console. Who knows? Maybe they say, you know what? BattleNet users had it last time. Console players do the testing this time. Who knows? We'll find out. We're going to find out Friday. Jedi has good taste in reading. You should look at R.A. Salvatore, the Icewind Dale series. If you like Terry Brooks, you will love these books for sure. There you go, Jedi. You should look at the R.A. Salvatore, the Icewind Dale series. If you like Terry Brooks, you'll love those books, Jedi. There you go. Hey, Chris. Happy Father's Day. Thanks, man. How you doing, Chris? Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. You've read some of his stuff already, Jedi? Benjamin, he's already read some of it. How you doing, Chris? Yeah, so at least that's what I suspect the timeline's going to be. And then we also have the class reveal in July. July? Yeah. Yeah, they're going to do the Spiritborn, showcase July. I forget what day, 18 or 19, something like that, if memory serves me correct. You made a huge dinner for Dad, winding down with a beer. What a good son. What a good son, Chris, atta boy. You deserve that beer. Enjoy. Thanks, Demo. Happy Father's Day. I would play the PTR if they open it up for consoles. This is what I'm very interested to see. I'm very interested to see if they open it up. They should, but who knows? It's replacing the lost sweat on the grill. Nice. Nice. Sweat on the grill is a good sweat. It's a good sweat. Although it's nasty for the person that's doing it. So I feel your pain. You might want to have 2 beers then. Sounds like you worked your ass off. This might be, we're going to have to make an executive decision here. I think you need another one, Chris. I think it's a double. I think you got to be double fisted. Sounds like a lot of sweat was happening. 1 beer, I don't think is enough liquids. You plan on maybe 3 or 4. Cheers. They've got such a steady stream of players. They need to strike while it's hot and play it smart. Yeah. Well, they saw a huge spike in players when they put Diablo 4 on the Game Pass. That was a good move on their part, right? People are already paying the subscription. So it's not like, they're buying the game if they're on Game Pass, right? So they're paying for their monthly subscription, and Diablo 4 becomes available on Game Pass, and at least that's the impression I got during the Xbox, the whatever you call it, the Xbox reveal, or they did the showcase on Xbox. I got the impression from Phil Spencer and stuff that they saw a huge influx of players with the Game Pass. Has he read all the books, like 21 or 24 in total? David endings start with Pawn of Prophecy or Brent Weeks, Way of the Shadows. I would pay money to read them for the first time. I don't know if he's read them all, Benjamin. I know Jedi said he's read some of them. Oh, there it is. I've read some of his stuff. I don't think he's read all of them. If you're looking for something different, you can play V Rising. I have played V Rising. Hey, Brian. People finally done with the Diablo 4 season? No, people are still playing it. People are still playing it. Play hates too. No, I'm not venturing out right now. I almost bit on Elden Ring because I haven't played it. Then I'm like, whoa, back the F up. This is not like a 30-hour game. And then the DLC drops on the 21st. So I'm like, no. This, like, when I try Elden Ring for the first time, I need to have like a month, 2 months of nothing going on that I can sink my teeth into it. You would love to watch me play Elden Ring? I bet you would. We'd have a death counter in the thousands. Oh, no, not you. Whoever was saying V Rising too. Oh, just to see the famous Sammy. Oh, shit. Yeah, there'd be a lot of that. And a lot of raging. A lot of raging. Those boss fights, man. Wow. When I did that video, I had to obviously pull clips of the boss fights. I'm like, God damn, man, these boss fights are unbelievable. They look amazing. The game is obvious, the game is amazing. It's touted to be probably one of the best games ever made. Like, this is what I've read and heard, so I really do want to play it, but I you would love it. Made it about halfway through, yeah. I think you should play Elden Ring too. I'd watch you. Man, the Elden Ring community is so polarizing. Wow. Yeah. Grim Dawn. Ooh, Grim Dawn's a good one. Entertained. Yeah, Grim Dawn is a good one. That's another game I want to play. I tried Elden Rings and got so frustrated I gave up. Not for me. Yeah, Jedi. The difficulty is, and it's frustrating, you know. But I've played all the Souls games, so I know. You know, I've lived through dying 40 times on the boss. I've lived it. Elden Ring is only polarizing if you're a streamer. Grim Dawn is a great filler. Did you ever play the first Titan Quest? Never. Never. That's another game that gets thrown at me all the time. Ugh, Titan Quest Anniversary Edition. Titan Quest is a 2006 ARPG developed by IRL Entertainment. Titan Quest, eh? Should you play Titan Quest in 2024? What did you think of V Rising? I loved it. I loved it. And they were very nice to me. The devs were really nice. They gave me a key. Actually, they gave me extra keys. But the game itself was awesome. I loved it. It's just bad timing. I couldn't sink any more time into it. But you know, I gotta admit, I was pleasantly surprised how hooked I got into it.
Titan Quest feels completely different nowadays than it was upon its release in 2006, and it's...
If this is to be the end, then
And it's not to say that this difference is completely to my taste, as I am more into its descendant, Grim Dawn, that has all its strength along with more quality of life improvements, combined with a more entertaining and modernized gameplay feel to it. At the same time, I definitely understand why a lot of players simply adore Titan Quest.
Looks pretty good.
Prefer it to many action RPGs of modern age. So, should you play Titan Quest in 2024? Let me help you decide if you're the right person for it. The game is completely offline, and for a lot of people it's already a plus. It won't need additional accounts, server synchronizations, and many other forms of BS associated with online play. You just click on Start Game, create the most basic character, where you can choose male or female, and the color of their tunic. That's it.
Oh, there's 3 levels of difficulties.
Being thrown to the world of ancient Greece, where you're immediately being confronted by the monsters from ancient myth, through a horde of monsters like a knife through
Looks
butter,
pretty
but
cool,
it was a
guys.
slow and meticulous fight, one monster at a time, despite their growing numbers. Maybe it was a build issue. Maybe it was my choice to play the archer instead of a melee or a mage class. But it was not the case in Grim Dawn, when my character always felt slightly more powerful than the enemies, but never too overpowered.
Yeah, Grim Dawn, I know I would like.
And careless. By the way, you may ask,
you know, the graphics are,
this too.
but I
Because
know
they
Grim Dawn
share
will
graphical
catch me.
engines and a lot of interface elements. The interface is clear and distinctly shows all the needed information for you to monitor your character. The inventory system is limited.
Wow, there's a little little D2 in there.
Like Luckily, the potions and crafting items
That looks like
so you
Diablo
won't
2,
run
man.
out of space unless you pick every looted item.
That UI.
The overall looks and art style of Titan Quest are more than acceptable. The areas of ancient Greece, Egypt, and many other lands are being shown simply yet effectively enough about the repetitive maps and monsters, along with the same meaningless quests, as long as the foundation of the combat is solid. For me, it was responsive and satisfying to perform even nowadays. For a while, instead of always changing the equipment like me, you may like Titan Quest a lot more.
Grim Dawn is based
Overall,
off the
the
original
wholesome
Titan
simplicity
Quest.
and
Yeah, they
sometimes
all grab from
primitiveness
each
of
other.
time to deal with every
This looks
enemy
pretty,
face. If you are into thorough exploration of maps just to get stronger than the enemies, and if you're into using one weapon for a lot of game time without changing it, you'll definitely have a lot better experience than me, because I was definitely spoiled by Path of Exile and modern Korean titles, as the speed and always repeating grind in finding the better weapon or
No, it's the same engine, same systems, etc. Got it. Same developers. I didn't. I know Red Dead Redemption is on my video game bucket list. Yeah, that's another game that requires time allotment. This is pretty good, guys. What the hell? Why is it blurry? Anyway, interesting. Oh no, I know. I know Red Dead Redemption is. I know it's good. I've heard all the positivity around that game. Believe me. Do you guys? Would you guys recommend doing the first one and then the second one, or can I just do the second one? I have not played Warhammer Jedi. No. You can just do the second one. You never played the first one, Clubber Lang? Second one, okay. I'm going to give it some thought overnight. Let me think about that. It's a prequel anyway, yes. Yeah. I can jump right into the second one. Okay. No, I know Clubber Lang. Believe me, I've heard all the rave reviews on that game. Yeah. I know. I know. I just got to be weary of me venturing off, right? I would love, guys, well, my wallet wouldn't love it, but I would love to be able to play all these games, but I'm not a variety streamer. I got to stay in my lane. But the question comes down to timing right now. How many hours? Okay, let's do this. I love fishing in games. You guys know I like survival games, right? I can chop wood like the best of them. I love building bases. I love fishing. Like, I love farming. Like when I played Black Desert Online, I love the fact that there was also that side of the game. It wasn't just, action and killing, which was great. I love that. Probably one of my favorite battle systems, like the combat system in Black Desert Online, was so good. I really liked it. But I also like the fact that there was crafting, there was farming, there was fishing, you know? I love that shit. Who wouldn't want to watch Sammy fish for hours? Me. Demo me. Okay. All right. Let's do this. You guys will help me decide if, big if. So, Titan Quest, how many hours would Titan Quest eat up for me, beginning to end? How much gameplay? The original Titan Quest. Let's start with that one. And I'm going to go down the list of the games you guys mentioned. It's been over 5 years, still played to this day, still haven't done everything. Holy shit. Are you talking about Red Dead Redemption? I don't know the full time, but keep in mind, Titan Quest is harder than Grim Dawn. A good deal harder. Guys, I'm not the average gamer. You guys seen my gameplay. I'm above average. Shit. You haven't beaten Titan Quest yet? That sounds like a challenge to me. Don't challenge me. You know I don't say... You know my reactions to when people say you can't do this. Oh, Chris, you're talking about Red Dead Redemption. Okay. Got it. I thought you were talking Titan Quest. I have not played Grim Dawn. No. No, I want to play it. I want to play Grim Dawn. I do. But I made the decision not to because, you know, they're talking about the expansion of it, right? Grim Dawn 2. So I'm like, and everyone told me, you're not going to like the graphics. It's outdated, yada, 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 right? I'm like, all right. Plus, I had all that other stuff going on. So I'm like, okay, I'll wait till the Grim Dawn 2 comes. But who knows when that's coming? Demo, what's 200 hours? They're doing a new Yes, thank you, Midnight Rider. You're right. I think they're, yeah, you're right. There's no, believe me, I keep checking. There's no info on Grim Dawn 2. They just keep talking. But you're right. There is an expansion coming. Yeah. How much is Grim Dawn anyway? Steam. Holy fudge. Look at all these goddamn expansion. Like, whew. Would you need to buy all these collections? Grim Dawn, Ashes of Malmoth, Forgotten Gods. Holy moly. Whew. No, I'm not. No, no. I'm not going to do. I'm not doing RDR2. I'm not going to do it a disservice and try to squeeze it in. That is something that deserves the time and attention. When I play that game, it's going to be undivided attention. That's not in the scope right now, guys. There's too much going on. I don't think I can play that game in 2024, to be quite frank. Hey, Big Boss Birdie. What are you guys talking about? I'm looking at it right now. The Entertainment Complete Collection is $128. The Grim Dawn Definitive Edition is 71. Oh, here. Why am I not here? Like, now you guys remember, I'm in Canada, right? This is Canada pricing. So the base game is 32. And then it goes up to this one. Crucible mode. Ashes of Mammoth. Forgotten Gods. So there's 2 expansions here. So this is probably the one here. $71. And then this one has... Oh, shit. There's a Crucible DLC. Expansion. Yeah. Canadian, so like 20 US. Hey, it's not funny, man. There's only 2 expansions. Okay, so it's this one, 7163. Yeah. So we'll go here. Right? So here it is. So Grim Dawn, Crucible DLC, and the 2 expansions. So 3 DLCs here. Like, this is a possibility, right? This I could potentially squeeze in because I can go in and out of it, right? Yeah. Yeah, that's what I mean. I was expecting this price for everything. Like, that's a current game price. Don't get me wrong. It you know, there's a lot there. Shit, there's 3 DLCs there, right? Now I want an In-N-Out burger. Really seems low for a game that is way more fleshed out than Diablo 4. I don't think, I'm not comparing it to D4 or any other game for that matter. I'm just thinking, you know, what I'm willing to pay for a current game. It's in that range. $70, $60, $80. This is a very good game from what I hear. Outdated graphics, but the game is good. So, ooh, what happened here? Diablo 4 BattleNet just popped up on my screen here. Oof. You have 2,500 hours in Greater Grim Dawn. Yeah. Grim Dawn is the only well-known modern ARPG you haven't played. Yep. You're 200% right, Brian. I'm surprised more people don't throw it in my face. You know? Like 5 months ago, sorry. So when I started my YouTube channel, probably the first 5 months, I got comments all the time about Grim Dawn. You have to try Grim Dawn. Have you tried Grim Dawn? Have you tried Grim Dawn? Have you tried? Like, I got it all the time. Yeah, Big Boss Birdie, I'm gonna do that. I have other avenues too that I'm gonna look into. I'll be hooked. Oh, I know, Chris. I know. I know. This is why I stayed away. Right? This is why I'm concerned too that I'm even having this discussion with you guys, because like at the beginning of the stream, I went through the timelines of everything that's coming down. You haven't played Grim Dawn? Demo? Yeah, it's I know I'm going to enjoy it. I know I am. Put it on a wish list. I already have. Where is it? It's on my wish list already. It's already on my wish list. And someone told me about this one. So I the other night someone someone on stream told me. So I just put it there. I haven't looked into this one. But that's what's on my wish list right now. And confirmed Sammy's now a Grim Dawn. We don't know that yet. We don't know that yet. You guys got me excited though. Like, you got the GD excitement. Justin, how are you, man? Another great ARPG was Marvel Ultimate Alliance. More proof that Sammy hates D4. No, I do not hate D4. Aja, what a message. I am a father. Thank you very much. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. I hope you guys had a great day. Best job in the world. And thanks, Justin. Appreciate it, man. I don't understand how you can classify me as a D4 hater. D4 hater. You guys want to get into this? Let's get into it. I don't hate anything. Sorry. I take that back. I do hate some things. I hate peanut butter. What else do I hate? I hate the Montreal Canadiens. Right now, I hate the Florida Panthers. Hating D4 is pretty mainstream. No. Oh, yeah. Yes. What kind of... I was waiting for this. What kind of sick, twisted womp rat hates peanut butter? Yeah, right, Chris. I eat a jar of peanut butter almost daily. I know. I think I'm the only person on the universe that doesn't like peanut butter. And my wife and daughter make fun of me all the time because I love peanuts. I'll eat peanuts. They're like, you're eating peanuts. That's peanut butter. I don't know. I don't know if it's the texture. Nah, not having it. Sammy, just call a turd and move on. No. The only food I can't eat is cottage cheese. I'm not a fan of, I'm not a big fan of cottage cheese. It's probably the oil and texture. I don't know. It's just I don't like it. I don't think I've ever had a peanut butter sandwich. That means peanut butter Reese's cut. Oh, bleh. Yes. Yes. When I go get the Halloween candy for the kids that come to our door, if it's got the peanut butter Reese's cups thing in the box, it's like fuck you, see ya, not having it. Sammy's one of the most positive before that is a very sensitive subject with me, Entertained, because I have thick skin and whatever people are going to say. It drives me crazy when people label me a D4 hater and a negative person with Diablo 4. It drives me crazy. Because I don't see it that way. I dislike rice with squid. Now, demo, is it the like would you eat them separately or is it the combination of it? I love D4. He just has suggestions. Most are very valid. Well, yeah. Thank you, Midnight Rider, for that. You know, I'm human. I'm not going to get it right all the time. But yeah, I don't just bitch about games. When I bitch about something or I say I don't know why they're doing it like this, I'll offer a solution. There's a difference, and I've said this in my videos. There's a difference when someone just says D4 sucks, yada yada yada, and that's a clickbaiter. That's someone that knows people are watching D4 hate videos, and they're just clicks, right? But that's short-term lifespan. Like that's gonna fizzle out. I'm a long-term player. I'm not a short-term player. I'm not here just to get clicks. Yes, I want to get clicks. That's what I need to do in order for my YouTube channel to grow. But I'm not gonna sell myself out just to get clicks. So, but my point is, it's just not, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong. I actually think about, okay, how could they fix it? But that's my opinion. I could be way off. There's a lot, smarter. There's a lot of people out there that are smarter. They're in the industry. They know. I've never developed a video game. But I have a business background. Like when I say this is what I would do, I'm coming from experience, not in the video game industry, but I've owned a business. I've led teams. I've led companies. I know what it's like to, like Rod Ferguson, for example, at Blizzard. He has tons of people below him, and he's got to talk to production. He's got to talk to audio. He's got to talk to, and timelines. Like I've lived that. The combination squid is good alone. Sammy, I was saying about the guy who was saying you hate D4. People love starting. Yeah. Yes. I'm such a long-term player. I have the D4 desk mat and mouse from Steel Series. Yeah, and I'm passionate about Diablo 4 because I was really hyped about Diablo 4 when I heard about it. I'm like, God, this is a game that I could play forever. Like this has a lot of potential. So it was frustrating when it crashed and burned. And the business guy in me saw the way it was being handled from a business side. So naturally, I'm going to give you my opinion from my personal experiences and tie it into what I'm talking about. And I want to provide a different perspective. I'm not just, I don't know how to say this without insulting people, but Nani, happy Father's Day. Um, it's obvious. I'm not a kid. Like, I have IRL experience that I think brings value to my commentary. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. I need to get back to D2R and stay a while and listen. What? You're going back to D2R? Oh, I don't want to hear that, Chris. I'm so jealous. Anyway, they're on the right track now. Like, season 4, banger. Vessel of Hatred, potential banger. Like, they're going in the right direction, which is so good. You thought about it the other day, and I don't know. Yeah, no, if I open that door, I don't know if I'm gonna ever come back through it. Unfortunately, it's yeah. You know, and just because you're not playing a game doesn't mean you hate it. There's a lot of, you know, like we were talking about earlier. It's the golden age of ARPGs. There's so much happening. So when I'm playing Last Epoch, but this is par for the course as a streamer, as a content creator. The bigger content creators, the bigger streamers, like as soon as they put another game on, it's not the chat is nonstop. Why aren't you playing game A? Why are you playing game B? You hate game A? Are you done with game A? Like, this is the chatter, right? And that's a combination of trolls. That's a combination of game A's fanboys, getting upset because their streamer is not playing the game they like, right? That's par for the course. So it's par for the course. I don't like D4 until season 4. Yeah, Chris, that was pretty evident. I when you said you were playing Diablo 4, season 4, and you were trying different builds, I'm like, there you go. There, Chris is a good test on how season 4 is being, to me anyway, right? Because you're here every night. You're here all the time. And so I know what you're playing. I know, I kind of get of an idea of what you like. And when you said this is intriguing, I think I'm actually going to try it. And then you said I'm actually building other characters. Like right there, I said, there you go. There's season 4 in a nutshell. Like, anyone that tries it is going to like it for the most part, right? As a businessman, do you think Microsoft acquiring Blizzard ruined their games? I think that was already, like, the old Blizzard is gone. I don't think it's ever going to be like that. And Microsoft buying Blizzard, I think could be a good thing. Could be a good thing. Could. Thank you, Benjamin. Thank you. I appreciate that, man. That's why I make content. Because of that right there. I have to say, man, sometimes I'm like, ooh, do I want to say that? I'm not going to lie. There's a lot of tape on the editing floor, if you know what I mean. Because I want to be respectful to, you know, these are human beings that are making this game. They have families. They need to pay the bills. Last thing I want to do is contribute to hate. But I'm not going to let it control my content. I just, I'm respectful that these are real human beings that are behind the decisions. You know what I mean? I can only imagine. Oh, yeah. Microsoft may have saved D4. Something shook up at the crappy Rod F tree and got us some results. I think, look, the damage was done with Blizzard. It was, again, this is my opinion. Outside, never been there. Me from a far distance, right? Just everything I read and researched about it and stuff like that. My opinion, I might be wrong. That, Bobby Coptic, the culture there was, was dollar first, right? Money, 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 money. And everybody ended up, a good majority of the Blizzard, what us players would classify as the good old day Blizzard people, they're one by one left, right? They just left. So that obviously was the demise of creativity and in their games, and just rinse and repeat, right? With their games, like there's no creativity, there's no I don't know. There's no creativity. You look at it, was rinse and repeat. Right? You look at WoW. You look at the Diablo franchise, right? Rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. Just give it a different color, different shell. So anyway, Microsoft bought them and they got rid of Coptic. They made it seem like he was leaving, and he left in December, and because Phil Spencer's, you can't have two bulls in the china shop, only one master. Phil wasn't going to have him around, so he's gone. And so that culture, I would imagine, has gotten out of there, but, everyone's left. So you got a lot of new young blood. Waiting on D4 remaster next year. Chris. I don't know. We'll see. They're making good. Season 4 was great. Hopefully season 5 is great. Hopefully Vessel of Hatred is great. We'll see. People attack devs, but I think it's leadership, not programmers. And I think in the Diablo franchise, it starts with decision of Rod F. He knows we want Paladin. He said it, yet he won't give it to us. Well, yeah. I'm not going to touch the Rod F subject because I have very strong feelings on that. But to stay true to the comment I just made a couple of minutes ago about these are real people. And, in this case, if you don't have anything good to say, don't say it. In this case, I'll plead the fifth. I don't want to go there because then I'll really go off. But I read somewhere that you're right, Mukesh, he does know that everyone wants Paladin. I think it's going to come in the future, not now though. Everybody's talking about this goddamn Paladin left, right, and center. I think they're just going to cave. And they're going to do it sometime. Who knows? Season 7, Season 8. I think. But we'll see. I can read in between the lines. I'm just less politically correct than you. It's just tough to imagine a game being successful these days where the studio attitude is we know what's best for the players despite what they want. I saw there's a D4 raid leak. Yeah, I did a video on a demo. Yes. It's a leak that happened in October of 2023. It's a data mine leak. And yes, raids. Well, we know already. Raids are definitely in Vessel of Hatred. It's coming. You want a Morning Star and a big effing shield. It's just tough to imagine a game being successful these days where the studio, we know what's best for their players despite what they want. Yeah, D4 struggled because of that attitude. Yep. D4 struggled because of it, right? But the fact that they now are doing another PTR, maybe they're changing. And I have to say, I think they are changing because Rod F, if you want to bring him up again, I can't remember which interview it was, but they asked him why all of a sudden now PTRs, and is this something that we can expect in the future? And he said, well, because season 4 was such a major overhaul, we need a PTR. We want players testing it, yada yada yada. And then when he went into about can we expect PTRs for every season, he said, I don't know about that, because the downside of doing PTRs is we remove the surprise element for the player base. They're going to know ahead of time what they're going to get. And to me, that's very revealing. I'd rather get something right than get something wrong, but yet the players are surprised. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't see the logic in that. But anyway, I'm like, oh man, that's it. We're one PTR and done. We're not going to get any more. And now we're getting another one. So surprise, surprise. Maybe they're learning. I saw your video, just thought there was more info. Thanks. Oh, no worries, Demo. PTR makes me feel like an intern. Well, if you go grocery shopping, you bag your own items if you go through the self-checkout. You're basically doing their work. I'm blessed to be part of Blizzard's decision to give us 6 dash tabs. It's so great. I believe it was Riker who said in a recent video that he understands why they didn't add Paladin first. Every Diablo team has created their own unique class, so the D4 devs deserve that chance. And obviously, Riker, we trust them. He's a great source of information. And you're absolutely right, Midnight Rider, for saying that. The reason why we have the Spiritborn is exactly that point. These devs wanted to introduce a new class never seen in the Diablo franchise. So you're bang on. You never use self-checkout? Oh, I'm too impatient, man. As soon as I see the lines, see ya. All right, I'll bag my own items if I get out of here quicker. I am not a patient person. I don't like lines. Riker also loves DM. Yes. Yes. You prefer a robot? Well, Mokesh, you're going to get your wish. Elon Musk is going to sell them. You can go buy them. You can go buy a robot, man. This is going to be something. This is not too far-fetched. You're probably going to be able to buy one in the next year. Waiting on a person with 50 coupons, no thanks. Yeah. I literally had this happen to me yesterday. Anyway, yeah. Okay, so my wife and I were going somewhere, And she's like, why don't you pick up that stuff before Sunday? I'm like, okay. So I drive to the grocery store. She gets a phone call. And she just does this. She's like, you go. I'm going to stay here. Take the call. I'm like, okay, yeah. I go inside. I get the couple of items that we're getting. And I had a gift card, so I couldn't go through the self-checkout. So now I'm like, fuck, I got to go through the regular, right? And there was, and I found a lane. Nobody, it was one person that was already being processed. I'm like, beautiful. I put my shit down and I'm waiting. And the girl had a cake, about 7 bags of chips, donuts. She had like 10, 11 items, right? Nothing major, right? I'm like, okay, this isn't going to be too bad. Well, the cashier was analyzing, she had the bag here and she's analyzing, okay, what will fit nicely into the bag next? And she's moving shit. And like she touched those 11 items, minimum 2 to 3 times each one, right? And she's scanning and now the lady starts yapping at me. And she's like, oh, I just came for a cake. And I'm like, oh, I'm looking this way. She's over there, right? And she's like, oh, I just came for a cake. Don't call your house and make the mistake I made. I called them and asked them, is there anything else I can get? And look, this is what else. I go, so I didn't want to be rude. I'm like, well, don't worry, I'm not going to make a phone call. I go, but it sounds like it was that's an expensive phone call because she added like 11 items, right? Ha 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 ha. She started laughing, and I immediately turned my head. I'm like, okay, fuck, I'm on a timeline. Like we're late, right? My wife's like, why don't we just grab it quickly while we're going out, right? Kind of thing. I'm like, okay, good idea. It'll save me time Sunday. So I'm on a timeline already. So even without a timeline, I'm impatient. But when I have a timeline, so I'm like, okay, shut the fuck up with me. And I'm staring at the cash register, the girl. And she's literally taking a minute for every goddamn item. I'm like, oh my God, this is, I think I was there. It felt like half an hour, but it probably was 10 minutes. And I'm like, it never fails. I have the worst luck. This is why I always go self-checkout. Yeah, so then they started talking, the cash lady and yippee yappy woman over here. She's like, oh, and then again, now I'm looking straight ahead. She's to my right. I'm looking straight ahead and I'm looking to the left. Sometimes I would turn, look behind, and like I'm not facing her, right? I'm sideways to her, like she's there and I'm facing this way, right? She's like, but the most important thing, I love my dad, is the cake for my dad. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, usually I'm talkative, but I was in a rush, so I wasn't in the mood, right? So I'm just like, okay, let's shut down the conversation. So hopefully they get the hell, like they hurry up. But the girl that was packing everything was so slow. Anyway. What a hypocrite. He's afraid of AI, but he's racing. No, you go on X. You'll see. They're selling robots. He claims robots will outnumber humans 10 to 1. Yes. Yeah, there you go. Someone stands an inch behind you and coughs on you. Yeah, I don't know. People are pretty cognizant of that. They're pretty careful. Please stop speaking to me, lady. Yeah, like you guys have seen. I'm very, my face is very I suck at poker, right? Because I wear my heart on my sleeve, as the expression goes. And my facial expressions, Like there's no misinterpreting it, right? Like you can tell when I'm pissed. You guys know, you watch me getting frustrated playing games. I'm not saying anything, but I'm sure you guys can read my facial expression. I'm very expressive with my face, unfortunately. I was not giving a, oh, really? Oh, that's so nice of you. You're so what a great daughter. I was like, I was rolling my eyes almost, like, hurry the fuck up. I felt like saying, I'm late. Sammy was like, I'm sure you're his least favorite. Like, why would you say that? Well, anyway, whatever. Like, some people like to share shit like that. You know, she is nice. She was getting, I'm the only, no, what does she say? I'm the only one that cares about him. I love my dad. So the cake is the most, wow, you're throwing your siblings under the bus. Wow. Nice. The other day you were in Walmart, did a self-checkout, and the machine asked me if I wanted to give it a tip. Yeah, no thank you. That's another pet peeve of mine. When I go pick up, like if you order something for pickup, and now it's the norm, at least here. Like you order food and you go pick it up, the screen is on the tip screen, and you have to say no tip. Killed everybody with 7 bags of chips. That's so. She had like 6 or 7 bags of chips. She had a box full of Boston cream. It was all junk, sugar and junk. I'm like, okay. Um, well, I don't want to tell you guys what I said or what I thought. Forget it. My rule is that if I'm standing when I order, I'm not tipping. Yeah, no. Like if I order food and you made food and you bring it to the counter and I pay, no. And this is for me, my daughter is a waitress part-time, right? She gives me the gears all the time about tipping, right? And I know what she goes through as a waitress. Like, you know, it's a hard job. So I'm at a restaurant and they're bringing me food. Someone's serving the food. Goddamn right, I'm gonna tip them. Absolutely. These are people working to bring you the food. But if I order the food, I come to your establishment and it goes from the kitchen to your counter and they're processing the payment. Why would I tip them? But it's you every place you go now, the first screen on the Moneris or whatever the thing is tip. And in the beginning, I felt like an idiot. I'm like, oh my God, they want a tip. Okay. I'll do the lower amount, right? So I'll do 15%. And then I'm like, wait a minute. Why the F am I tipping? They're not doing anything. Like they're accepting my payment. So then I stopped. I'm like, I don't care. They can call me an asshole. No tip. No tip. Sit down is different, of course. I'm very generous tipper in the proper situation. Waffle House waitresses love me. Yeah, you should. Like I am. To me, if you're so my tips, here's how I work it, and a little bit of an influence with my daughter always giving me the gears about it. But she's right. I agree with her. So if you're a bad server, I'll give you 15%. If you're a good server, you get 18. If you're an exceptional server, I'll give you 20%. Like, always coming by, not the usual, are you enjoying it? What they're told to say, but your drink is always topped up or replaced. She's watching your area and making sure you have everything you need. Then, I'll go and give her the extra 2%. You got me covered. Next time, play the song on your loudly on your phone by Ludacris named Move B. Get out of No, no, man. No, no, no. I am not that kind of person. In my area, they substituted 25% tip with 30%. Yeah, like I'm going to tell you another story. So we took my dad out for one a major milestone birthday, and he turned 80, and it was just us, like his kids, obviously my mom and dad, and we went to and he's like, I want to go here, right? And we're like, okay, you sure? He goes, yeah, I want to go to this restaurant, yada yada yada. Okay. He goes, it's close. My brother and I live 5 minutes from each other, right? And he's like, yeah, it's close to you guys. And my dad and mom are only like 20 minutes away. They're close to. So we go to the restaurant, and my dad always hands. My dad's like, he calls me and he's like, I don't want to start shit at the restaurant. Like, you're not paying, I'm paying. Yada. I'm like, Dad, it's your 80th birthday. You can't. He's like, don't start with me. He goes, it's all my kids. I'm paying. When we go as a family, I pay. I don't care what. Anyway, so he was paying, okay? And what he typically does is he gives me the card, and because I don't know why, but I've showed him how to do it. Okay, Dad, this is what you do. Then you put the tip. But anyway, on this night, he handed the credit card to my daughter. And he says to her, just put the tip and pay to my daughter. And my daughter, puts the card in. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. So I think I've shared this with you guys. My parents come up every Saturday. We have coffee together every Saturday morning. So a couple of weeks after this party, my daughter tells me, Dad, do you know how much the bill was? I'm like, what are you talking about? And so grandpa in Italian is nonno, right? So and sometimes we use Italian terms. My daughter too, even though speaks, obviously she was born here. She doesn't speak Italian, but she refers to her grandfather not as grandfather, nonno, right? Anyway, she's like, nonno's bill. I'm like, oh my God. I go, what's wrong? She's like, it was like, X amount, whatever it was, right? Like high. And I'm like, Jesus, what? I'm like, I started doing the math, right? I started thinking, okay, everybody had drinks, and I kind of did the mental math. And I'm like, there's no way. So I called my dad right away. I'm like, is it true the bill was like $800? He's like, yeah. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, it was. I'm like, do you still have the bill? He's like, oh yeah, I go, can you bring it? Anyway, the fucking asshole waiter, okay? I don't know how it is where you guys are, but when you're in a group, and I asked my daughter what she does at her work, right? Because she's a waitress. And she's like, oh, so in my area, when it's a group and they're in the bill, when it's a large group, they don't leave anything to chance. They'll put a tip already on the bill, because the last thing they want is to have someone handle a big group and then get some cheap ass that doesn't tip. So to prevent that, anytime it's a large group, they'll put the tip in for you because it's a large group, right? So in this case, this is what happened. The guy already put the tip in because it was a large group, but he failed to mention it to the table when he brought the bill, right? He didn't say, "Oh, by the way, guys," and normally a good waiter or waitress will say, "By the way, guys, because you guys are a large group, the gratuities are already in the bill," right? So he had already put the gratuity in. Then my daughter added another. I don't know. I didn't read the percentage. Knowing her, she probably put 18%. But anyway, so it was a double tip, and that's what raised the price, right? Fucking drove me crazy. So be careful. Be careful. Especially when you're in large groups. Like the waiter at that evening, like I almost drove down to the restaurant and said, and I wanted to find the guy and say, and speak to the manager and say, by the way, what's your policy with gratuities for groups? Well, when we have more than, let's say, 7 people, the gratuity is put on the bill. And what? How do you train your waiting staff? Are they supposed to tell the table or not tell the table? Because every other place I've gone has said, you know, what I shared with you guys. They tell you, right? Anyway, lesson learned. Sneaky bullshit. That's what that was my initial. This was my initial reaction. Mother effers. Why you ain't eat it cold? It should already be itemized on the bill. That's not the point. That's not the point. It was itemized on the bill. That's not the point. Some people don't analyze their bill. They look at the grand total and they put the gratuity on it, right? Yeah. No, it was a separate line. It was a separate line. Yeah, if you're in a big group, double check the bill. Double check the bill. Obviously, if there's just 2 of you, 3 of you, 4 of you, it's not going to happen. They're not going to put the gratuity. First of all, it's always a good idea, you know, and this is what I told my daughter. I said, bro, like, I know he told you just add the tip and pay, but come on, you should do a quick glance, right? And the gratuity is usually where, you know, it's usually at the bottom if they're going to add it, right? So it's a quick glance. But anyway, it's not her fault. It's actually my dad's fault. He should have, you know, he should have looked at the invoice and then said, you know, handed it to my daughter. Can you do the shit I don't want to do on the machine? Smoky, smoky. Anyway, yeah. The other thing is, like, also, and this is more safety, like for your identity and stuff. Whenever you're in foreign countries, don't ever let the person walk away with your credit card. Tell them to bring the machine to the table. Don't give your card and they go in the back. Don't ever do that. You tell them, no, bring the machine here. Oh, no, we only have, okay, I'll walk back with you. It's the waiter's fault. Yes, thank you, Mukesh. You're right. It's not my dad's fault. It's the waiter's fault. He should have mentioned it. Guys, the gratuity's already on the tip. Thank you. It was a pleasure serving you guys. Thank you so much. You know, that kind of bullshit. But he didn't. And Chris is right. Sneaky bullshit as far as I'm concerned. So my dad gave me the invoice. Like I have the receipt, and I will go back there. It'll be too late. Nothing's going to happen, but I want them to know that I know. I'm going to speak to the manager when I go. Yep, all these stories. I got water on my shirt. Good job. Thank God it's water. Man, I keep looking at this backdrop. Fudge, would I love a backyard like that? God damn. Holy smokes. Yeah, that's an aspect. I would probably be about right here in the water. I'd probably have a bucket with ice and a couple of beverages there, one in hand. I would do some serious ass sleeping right here. Those would probably be my two mainstays. I made it to 100 in the pit, but then I chilled. I think making the pit easier is another leadership mistake. They should be making the classes stronger to catch up, if anything. A beer in one hand and one in yes, yes. Yeah, Mokesh, I agree with you. They're pandering to all the bitching and complaining, and I don't blame them. They're trying to make the player base happy by lowering the health and the damage that they give. I get it, but 30%, that's a big reduction. Like, in my video, I focused more on the mechanics of the boss fights. Diablo 4 has horrible boss fights. They're so vanilla. They're using the wrong fix, make the classes stronger instead. Yeah, that's a good point. Make the classes stronger and make the boss fights actual boss fights. They're punching bags. The world bosses are the world. Yeah, there's that one boss that happened on stream several times. I literally didn't even hit him, and he was dead. Avarice? I think it's Avarice. It's instant death. As soon as he spawns, one person hits them or 10, whatever, dead. Wow. I think we are getting, according to the data mine leak, there is a new world boss. I think it's a centipede. think it was a centipede. Where was it? Where? Can you guys see this? Let me put it over here. So this is the data mine leak, right? So remember when you're looking at this, this is information that was out there last year before we know what we know today. So they were bang on the Spiritborn. They're bang on in the new zones. Here's the parry and riposte. These are the new class skills. Now we don't know if these ones are going to be true. These as well, we don't know if these new class passives are going to be coming true, but this is what they pulled. Blood Maiden is too weak for me, but at least she kills people often. Yeah. Helltide needs the return of the Blood-Soaked class NPCs and the Butcher too. Yeah, that was a good time with the Helltides are good. But anyway, here are the mercenaries, which they were bang on. We can craft construction items, empower items, and craft food. Now these are not confirmed yet. The raid is, so it's going to be the Khazra raid. It's going to be multiplayer, which we know. There's going to be a raid crafter NPC kind of thing. So I would imagine TWN here is town raid crafter. And there's raid difficulty. And apparently it's going to be 5 levels of difficulty. And there's some other things they pulled, right? So they tested a PvP arena. They tested elite bounties. Mount Cat, which has come true. And these are the 2 that we don't know whether or not they're true. So Naha World Boss. And Naha is Nahantu, the new area. So there might be a world boss in the new area. And new world boss, period, which is a centipede. So this is was captured and data mined. And a lot of this has come true. So you have to take it at face value. Like I said on my video, I would imagine all these things are going to come true. We'll see. To Blizzard's credit, most of the complaints have been answered and most of the rest are coming in the expansion. Raids and Arena were my big 2 along with the changes already made by Season 4. Yeah. You're right. You're right, Mokesh. I'm shocked. I would have never in a million years guessed that they would be able to do such a turnaround in such a short time. So good on them. I would have never guessed in one season they would be able to change a good part of the narrative of the game. So kudos to them. Sammy is someone who spent 20 years in the grocery business. 1, the cashier could be new. That's why she's slow. 2, if she's new, she needs to learn a bit. Yeah, no. Clubber Lang. Me being impatient, it's the problem is me, not the cashier. Yes, she was slow, but to your point, she could have been new. And some people are just slow. They're very methodical in what they do, right? They take their time. They want to do it right. The problem is not her. The problem is me. I'm very impatient, right? Yeah, and if you don't bag everything properly. No, she was being. The problem's not her. The problem was me. I'm impatient. Beginning, end of story. That's it. I know that. I quit forever in season 1, then came back in season 2, then couldn't even stomach season 3. Season 4 is the apex. Yeah. That is a good summary. I played season 1 and left after I got level 100 character. Season 2 I played. It was a good season, but again, I got bored quickly. See you later. Season 3 I wasn't even going to play, but the Seneschal kind of piqued my interest. I'm like, okay, let me see this companion. I went there and I made it to level 20, and I'm like, hasta la vista. And yeah, I didn't play till season 4. And season 4 I've been playing every day since season 4 came out. Season 1 turned me into a feedback crybaby on the forums. Yeah. A lot of people were that. A lot of people. It was disastrous. Disastrous. But, like I said 2 minutes ago, never in a million years, I would have bet you $1 million. Sammy, season 4 is going to turn the narrative. I would have been like, no fucking way. It's going to take 3 good seasons to turn this narrative around. Man, but they did it. Good on them. You actually love this franchise, Blizzard? You mean Diablo? Yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah. Diablo created too. Yeah. Diablo 2 created so much. Yes. Yes. Yeah, good point. D2 just built on D1, correct, but D2 put Diablo on the map. Hands down. D1 is the genesis, D2 is the star. Yeah. Yeah, in my opinion, D2 is the best one in the franchise. Hands down, no match. You were there, you're 42. Gotcha. Gotcha. Been poking. Been PKing since Be a Minor and Ultimate Online PK Magnet. D2 is one of the greatest games ever. Yep. People made a living off of D2. They still are. They still are. And yeah, it put ARPGs on the map. A lot of games copied shit from D2. I had a great time when I played Diablo 2 Resurrected. Great time. Community was amazing. My streams were popping. It was a great experience, and the game was amazing. I got so hooked. It was supposed to be a one-time playthrough. It ended up being like a 6-month addiction. You really lit up. Yeah, it was great. It was a tough decision, very tough decision to not walk away, but stream another game. Very tough because my streams were lit. You seemed unhappy in your first Diablo 4 streams. You were ecstatic in D2, and now you seem happy when you're playing Diablo, which is good. Yeah, I felt an obligation to a certain degree to like keep trying D4 to see if it got better. I felt an obligation to that. Yes, I'm not going to lie. That's why I had to stop playing Diablo 2. Because I felt I had an obligation to the community that watch my content. So, you know, the smarter person in me I'd probably still be playing Diablo 2 Resurrected right now. Like, I was averaging, again, this is for me, I'm a small time guy, so small time streamer. So like, I'm talking streams, live streaming. Like 20 viewers is nothing to a full-time streamer. You can't make a living off of that. But for me, like when I did my hardcore challenge, I think that night, I think I got up to 80 concurrent viewers. Like that's like, if you look at the size of the streamer to their viewers, like that's like a big time streamer having 5,000-6,000 people on their stream. Like, so for me, having that amount of people, but on a consistent basis, my streams were 15, 20, 25, around there every night. And donations, subscribers. I had almost 100 members on my YouTube channel signing up as members, right? Popping. Like, I had one guy, one or two people in my community were handing out subs like it was candy. But like, I have to stay true to my and there's people that come on, that are part of my community that love Diablo 4. So I had to keep going back to try it, and you know what, they got it right. So I'm gonna play. If they get it right, I'm gonna play it. D2 saved your love of this. D2, yeah, that's a good way of putting it, Mokesh. It reinvigorated it, and it brought it to the surface and threw it in my face and said, Sammy, you like this genre. Look at this. Yeah, that's yeah, that's right. You're right, Mokesh. Thank you for saying that. You're absolutely right. Yeah, you don't understand, man. Like, no, and this is not a knock against them, okay? Actually, I'm sorry. No, there have been bigger streamers than me coming into my D4 streams. What am I talking about? Yeah, I've had a couple, but I had some big ones in Diablo 2. Like, the community was awesome. It was tough. That decision was tough. But I don't want to be known as a one gamer, a one game streamer. I don't. I know people are probably hearing that and saying, "Oh my God, All I know you for is Diablo, Diablo 4, whatever, maybe D2. But I don't want to be a one game person. I don't want to. I have a lot of opinions, so I don't want to corner myself. You know what I mean? I like talking about video games, different video games. I love the genre. I want to, ARPGs. That's how I rather frame myself. I want to talk about ARPGs. I want to play ARPGs. I love MMOs and I love survival games. Ideally, all three of those. But my main lane is going to be ARPGs. You've covered quite a few games. Yeah. I did like, what's coming down in the horizon, but those videos don't pop off. So I got, I'm still finding myself. I'll be honest with you, Chris. I'm still finding, I'm finding myself. It's very disheartening when you spend a lot of time on a video and, you don't get the same reaction from it, right? But that's part of the journey, But I'm human, I do a video. I think that it's gonna do well. And then it's just like it fizzles, and you're like, really? Was it that bad? But that's the game. That's the game. Then you fall into the trap. Do you want to do clickbait titles? And well, look, full transparency, and for those of you that maybe you create content too on YouTube, you already know this. Clickbait titles, when you're not like a Riker, you kind, and he still does kind of clicky bait sometimes, but he doesn't have to. But small people, like small guys, you have to follow the algorithm. Like you have to, or you're not going to get the clicks. It's cringe sometimes. I used to do like, the facial expressions on the thumbnails. I'm like, nah, man, that's not me. I don't like that. I wouldn't even if it was up to me, I wouldn't even put an image of myself on my thumbnail. But they say you attract more by having, by having your image on the thumbnail. There's all this shit with the algorithm, right? And yeah, I would love just to write, hey, this is what's happening in Diablo 4 right now. But no, you got to be dramatic in the title, or else it's not going to attract people. It's the game. Yeah, and unfortunately, you got to stay in your lane. So right now, I'm trying to navigate the fact that I'm known for X, but Y, Z are coming down the pipe, and I want to talk about Y and Z too. So, but I think for me, I'll eat the shit, if you know what I mean. Like, I'm not going to stop talking about things I want to talk about. And if that means different games, less views, I'm willing to go through the pain. And I am. I was thinking that the thumbnail cringe was part of the YouTube bullshit that's mandatory. Yeah, it kind of is. Kind of is, right? It kind of is. People read the title, they see the thumbnail, and it's either gonna cause a response or not cause a response, and the response is clicking. And you need to, you don't have too much time on YouTube. The first 6 hours, well, the first hour is very important. So if the algorithm sees people are not clicking your videos or liking them, it's just kicking it down the curb. Your thumbnail with the barbarian, your face on it was funny. Yeah, I'm glad you caught that. My ugly mug on this cut mammoth of a guy. Well, in reality, it's not too far off. Oh my God. Anyway, you know what? It would be nice if I ever see the day where I can just write normal titles and people actually watch it and I don't have to play the stupid game, but I don't think that day exists. I see the top guys, you know, I see the top guys in my, well, it's not mine, but you know, that it's the same circle of content creators. For example, Diablo 4, right? There's only a handful of big ones, big, like the big guys, right? They do the same thing. So if they have 300,000 subscribers and they're doing it, me with, you know, under three, I have what, 20, over 2,000? That's nothing compared to them. And I've received, I think, some backlash from the Diablo 4 community because the again, my opinion, I might be wrong. Maybe I just suck. That's a possibility. Because I was so strong and opinionated about what needed to be fixed, the Diablo 4 fanboys, as I call them, you know, the ones that doesn't matter what happens, they're playing Diablo 4, and anyone that talks shit about it or says anything negative is an asshole and hates the game. Those people, and thank God it's a small few, those people, you know, one video, two videos of me saying, what are they doing? Like, why aren't they doing this? You know, they just said, fuck you. You're not talking the way I want you to talk. I'm out of here, you know, that kind of thing. But, oh well. The algorithm is Skynet. It's just a matter of time. Udo was getting bashed in the comments for copying Rack's stream title. Was he really? Wow. Yeah. I don't know. I feel for those guys. I feel, because I get it in a small dose, right? Like, I go through what they go through, but in very minor dosages. So it's not overwhelming. But I'll never forget one of the very first times I think I actually went to, whose stream was it? Oh, Rax. I think I was going to his stream. I was lurking like I always lurk. And I think I shared this with you guys. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll just go on someone's stream and I'll lurk and I won't even walk. Like sometimes I'll walk away, right? Just to give them the view because I know what it's like. But anyway, I went into Rax's stream. I think it was the very first time I went on his stream and he was getting castrated because he was not playing Diablo 4. And I forget the game he was playing. And they're like, why aren't you playing it? Why aren't you playing? Are you never gonna play? And he's like, look, you know, he was trying to explain it. Like, guys, you know, I'm paraphrasing, but I'm not feeling it. Like they need to still do, you know. And he just got castrated. And I'm like, look at this poor guy. Like, this is bullshit. And I know how he felt because I get it in smaller doses. But he got, like, it was crazy. I'm like, man, how did these guys do it? That's funny. Udo does like 100 million damage. Rack does like 3 million damage. He can copy and title he wants. He's a better player by far. Like my opinion, Woody technically he knows the ins and outs of the game. He's a better player. Look, man, Rax has done some. From what I heard, he did some challenge. Oh no, he failed it. Um, but I know he's gotten like to level 100 in like 5 hours or whatever it's been. I know he went into the first. I rewatched the VOD on that. I was like, what the fuck? How's he doing this? Level 1 into the first capstone. Like he's done some pretty good shit, They're both good. I know there's been some shade thrown at both of them. Whether they're right or wrong, I don't know either of them. My opinion, Rax pays for views? What? Rax is a cool dude and a little speedrunner. Voodoo is a PvP god and master of the game's formula. He's a prodigy. Woody, I'm astounded at how he can literally spend so much time reading a skill and figuring out how it works. You're absolutely right, Mukesh. When it comes to builds and stuff, understanding the synergies between the skills and the Paragon board and the affixes and this, and he's unbelievable. I think Rax follows guides, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. Although I think they're both part of Max Roll. But I don't think Rax pays for views, guys. No, he's got a very again. I lurk in his channel a lot. And he's got a very active chat. Very active. I don't think he does not need to pay for views. I don't think so. He doesn't seem to be that kind of guy. Although I have to say, I was very shocked because I heard a rumor that and he admitted it. But this was 200 years ago. Apparently, Woody was caught cheating or something many, 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 many moons ago. That I have to say, I found shocking. I would have never guessed in a million years that, But that was a long time ago, apparently, from what I heard. I don't know. Guys, if just be careful of the mud you throw around, right? Like those are some serious accusations. You know what I mean? Like I don't know either of them personally. So again, but just my gut reaction from what I've seen. I don't again, it's not like I watch these guys for hours and hours and hours, but from what I see from, from the outside, they look like, cool cats. I don't think they would jeopardize, this is their full-time job. I don't think they would jeopardize that. But who knows? I don't know. Woody average views 400. Rax average. I don't think Woody averages 400. I think it's higher than that. Woody is in the thousands. God, when D4 climaxed, like Woody was doing 15, 20,000. Woody was the big like stream guy in the beginning. At least that's what I remember. That's how I found him. Oh, you were just being honest. It's weird to try to stack them against Woody. They're both huge streamers, but I just view his knowledge as different. Rax is a super smart and rich. I'm dumb and poor. No, man, you're entitled to your opinion. Are you kidding me? That's what's great about opinions. Everybody's entitled to one. That's how you feel. Don't apologize. I'm just saying, don't throw mud. Like, that's serious accusations, right? But you're more than welcome to say, this is what I think, of course. You're not. A lot of people are, yeah, but that could be that's just because of envy, jealous. They're jealous. They're using rogue tempers on other classes. That's clear exploitation. Well, that is, but why? What's it even doing popping up in the temper options then? It shouldn't pop up because those tempers are class specific. Temper manuals are class specific. Right. Blizzard's fault. Yep. Unforeseen, unintended use. Correct. No, it's players with poor ethics. That's a good topic, actually, Mukesh. Now, if I was a player's lawyer, I would say, no, Mukesh, you're wrong. The players aren't putting some encrypted software to trick the game in order for that temper manual to come up. They're not doing some voodoo magic IT specialist bullshit. They're in the game. They're trying to put in an affix. The temper manuals come up, and oh well, is it his fault that one of the manuals is not that class? He's not doing anything wrong. That's if I was the player's lawyer, but I understand what you're saying. Well, they should know that's not an affix for that class, that temper manual. Really? Ethically, morally, they should know, oh, okay, that's not for this class and not do it. Well, every gun game has holes in walls that make you a more. It's textbook exploitation. Yeah. No, but I get what you're saying, Mukesh. Like, I get it. I get it. The holy bolt. The holy bolt. Like, call me stupid, but every time, and that's why I've never, no, don't say never. That's why I rarely use the holy bolt elixir in the pit. Because to me, it feels like, okay, this is, I don't, but that's me being stupid. Because a lot of, like, and I'm, you know what? If I start grinding the pit, I'm like, I thought about it the other night. You know what? Fuck that. A lot of people are everyone's using the holy bolt elixir. Oh, what moral ground are you standing on there, Mr. SamyCaps? What am I going to win? What am I going for, an Oscar? Yeah. I don't think you should be allowed. If you want your run in the pit to be immortalized or idolized, it shouldn't include holy bolts. Holy bolt, sorry. In my opinion. But I don't know what the community opinion is on it. Are they counting clears, like the high pit tiers? Are they counting people that used holy bolts, or is it a disqualify? People are like, well, he cleared it, but asterisks, he did it with holy bolts. You know what I mean? I don't know. I learned that temper manual trick from Rob, but haven't tried it. Don't feel like, oh, it's a rogue trick. Uh-huh. I used holy bolts a few times, just not my style. No, I love the animation. I love the feel of it. It mops up the floor. It's an amazing elixir. Yeah. I get what you're saying, Mokash. Like morally, it's they shouldn't do it. I get it. But to Chris's point, every advantage, most of the players are gonna do it, and they don't care. It's in the game. They're not running code behind the scenes to crack the code and cheat the system, and it's you know it's a bug. Blizzard should fix it. That's a hot patch. Get it out. It's that easy. It's finding the hole in the wall in a gun game to win. Well, that's aim assist. Like, you know, if you're that's cheating if you're using aim assist technology or whatever. But I know what you're saying. Yeah, it's the same to you. Yeah. Yeah, aim assist is for losers. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Like I don't know why someone would want to cheat in a video game. I don't know how you get a sense of satisfaction knowing you cheated, but there's people out there that do it, obviously. Aim assist is different. It's an external cheat, but it's the same type of person. Yeah. I don't know. They don't have any shame. Yeah. Well, it's yeah, it is what it is. Anyway, I prefer to think there's good in people, and I got to see proof that they're not. So until I see proof, I give people the benefit of the doubt. My pal has 6,000 crit damage on Barb, and I don't envy him. He's weaker than me in PvP. Yeah, I'm not a fan of PvP. Cheating is meh. Yeah. And that's why I don't play PvP. He used the exploit combined with the grandfather. Like you don't need to cheat with the I don't think you need to cheat in season 4 with the barb, man. They're so goddamn OP. Double crit damage. Yeah. Oh well. Hope it feels good. You're proof of that. Well, you know what, guys? I have to say, this is unbelievable. 3 hour stream of you guys looking at my ugly mug, and there's still people here. I might have to put this up as a W. 160k HP. I violate the pit. I win 99% of my PvP fights. All legit. Oh, yeah. I believe it. This is what's making season 4 very appealable and very successful is that there's so many, you know, builds per se that are coming out now. I think they could do a lot better. A lot better. But we'll see. Most of the powers you use are for season 2. Excuse me. Oh my God, Chris. You had me on the big screen. Apologies to the fam. Apologies to the fam. You're gonna give somebody a heart attack one of these days. Stop putting me on the big screen. Probably make a PV druid tomorrow. Ooh. Can you get it down to 0 seconds? Can you really reduce it to 0? Oh, thanks, Demo. Appreciate it. You guys are cool too, man. And you want a double-sized pulverizer? You think you can? Look, and the druid got a lot of nice buffs, and you're going to be faster too, right? Their mobility, their movement speed has increased too, if memory serves me correct. So, yeah. All right. Anyway, guys, I am gonna wrap it up. Like, my backyard is getting darker. I gotta go skim the pool. This is my backyard, so I gotta clean it up before I go to bed. You know, if this was really my backyard, do you honestly think I'd be going inside? I'd be going in that pool. Oh my God, I would never leave this place if this was my backyard. You got to fish in that. That's a pool. That's not a pond. Is that a pond? That could be an infinity pool, or it could be a pond. But why would you, like, this looks like, the edging of a pool, and that just runs off. Those edgeless pools or whatever they're called. This has to be a pool. This is not a pond. That's New Zealand? Nice. Oh, no worries, Chris. No worries. You have no idea. You guys are trolling me. All right. Anyway, typically I go to well, I can still do it. The problem is the only thing about these IRL streams, and you know what? The other reason why I really wanted to go to, really do IRL, like in my backyard, grab a beer and just, the problem is it's dark and I don't want to light up the area. I look psycho out there with a phone. But I wanted to test it since I'm going to be away next week and see potentially if I could do like an IRL from, like, I don't know, the balcony of my hotel, if it has a balcony. Yeah, anyway, whatevs. But I have to say, we spent 3 hours together talking. I got to say, that pitter-patters my heart. Thank you, guys. I love talking with you guys, of course. And the fact that there was actually people here for 3 hours. And we actually had a good conversation as far as I don't know what you guys think, but it was awesome. It's a pond. No, that's a pool. I'm going to try to find this photo and see what the description is. Good combo. Yes, good combo. Anyway, I'm going to take off and be good, everybody. Thanks for stopping by. If you could like the video, I would appreciate it. And yeah, you guys have... Do I know what I'm doing here? Yes, here we go. All right, peace out, everybody. Have a good one. As usual, thanks for watching. Yeah, have a good one, everybody. Good night.